कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण साधु प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 Hare Krishna. Welcome to today's Bhakti Shastri class, Unit 3. So we're going to start today from chapter 18, sloka number 61 onwards, right? Okay. So I don't think there's need for screen sharing. We all have Bhagavad Gita with us. So may I request everybody to please switch on their videos for the next couple of hours and concentrate on the ultimate Bhagavad Gita few shlokas. Okay. Okay. So please concentrate on sloka number 61. Ishvara sarva bhutanam
ईश्वर सर्वभूतानां
hrideshe arjuna tishtati
हृदयदेशे अर्जुन तिष्ठति।
brahmayan sarva bhutani
ब्रह्मयन् सर्वभूतानि
yantrarurani mayaya.
यन्त्ररूढानि मायया।
Very, this is one of the important shlokas, memorization shloka. I hope, I don't know, I don't remember the list. Is it? It's not there. Anyways, the Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart. Ishvara Sarva Bhutani. Bhutani means Jeev. Bhut doesn't mean that ghost. Ghost wala bhut. In Sanskrit, Bhut means Jivas. Okay? So Lord is situated in everybody's heart as Paramatma. Riddeshe Arjuna Tishtiti, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated on a machine made of the material energy. So it's like the soul, that is we, are sitting on a machine, the body. Okay? Yantra Ruhani, Jantro, Bangla. Jantro Ruhani Mayaya. Purport: Arjuna was not the supreme knower, and his direction to fight or not to fight was confined to his limited discretion. Lord Krishna instructed that the individual is not all in all. The supreme personality of Godhead, or he himself, Krishna, as the localized super soul, sits in the heart, directing the local being. Directing the local being. Remember, we did one shloka where the activities of Paramatma was mentioned. Anybody remembers that shloka? I think it's there in memory. I spoke about it a couple of times. The activities of Paramatma.
प्रभु यदा यदा हि धर्मश्च
No. Activities of.
मे दिव्यम
Ha.
जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम.
No. Upadeshta, Anumanta, Bharta, Bhokta, Maheshwara. The purpose of Bhakti Shastri is this only, that when you preach later on in life, or maybe you're already preaching, these shlokas should click, so that when you preach, the audience, they will be confirmed about, they'll be having conviction about your preaching. এই জন্যই এটা না যে ভক্তি শাস্ত্রী সার্টিফিকেট গলায় টাঙিয়ে সবাইকে ঘুরে রাখাবেন না ভক্তি শাস্ত্রী হয়ে গেছে। হোয়াট ইজ দ্য পয়েন্ট যদি এই শ্লোকাগুলো মেমোরিজ না থাকতে পারে? ওই জন্য so the activities of Paramatma तुरंत वो याद आना चाहिए वो श्लोका, उपदेष्टा अनुमंता, ভেতর থেকে ভগবান উপদেশ দেয়। I told about vivek, consciousness. I mean, I hope you all remember. Somebody from inside speaks, এটা করিস না, it's not good, ভুল পথে যাচ্ছিস। Who's that person? In Bengali we call আমার বিবেক বাধা দিয়েছে আমায়, বলি না আমরা, বলতাম না before coming in ISKCON, and English में we used to say that my conscience did not allow me to do that, ऐसे बोलते हैं ना हम लोग। So that person is who? That person is Paramatma. Okay, that's why see here it is written sits in the heart, sits in the heart क्यों लिखा है? हृदयेश अर्जुन तिष्ठति, হৃদয়ে বসে থাকেন। Again katha upanishade দুটো পাখির एग्जांपल দেওয়া আছে। one bird is the atma and the other bird is paramatma. Katha upanishade, very very famous example. One bird is busy enjoying the fruits of the tree, কর্মের ফল ভোগ করতে ব্যস্ত। The other bird, the Paramatma, the localized form of the Lord, waiting for the first bird to get disgusted having the fruits of the work and turn to the first bird, turn to Krishna consciousness. He's waiting quietly. That's why it's written directing the heart, directing the living being. So the first bird is directing the living being. Galat raste mein mat jao, as I told you all. Vivek, Paramatma, Anumanta, Upadrishta Anumanta. Anumanta means sanctioner. We may have a lot of things in our mind, we may have a lot of desires in our mind, but at the end, Than, Kal, all the 5 factors, out of the 5 factors, the 4 factors might be there. Perfect. Than, Kal, Patra, everything is there. But last if the Bhagavan অনুমতি না হয়, কার্যটা হবে হবে না, sanction of the Lord is missing. That is called Anumanta. After changing bodies, the living entity forgets his past deeds. But the super soul, as the knower of the past deeds, present and future, remains the witness of all activities. So, we are in chapter 18 and shloka 61. You all can note down. From 61 to 63, surrendering to the super soul, more confidential knowledge. And from 64 to 66, most confidential knowledge. So knowledge is of 3 kinds: guhya, guhyatara, guhyatama. Good, better, best. What is guhya gyan? Knowing about the Brahman, effulgence of the Lord. That is what the Gyanis do. What is Guhyatara Gyan? That is knowing about the localized form of the Lord, Paramatma. That is what the yogis do, or the dhyanis do. And what is Guhyatama? Best. That is what the devotees do. That is knowing about the personalization of the Lord, form of the Lord, Bhagavan ak Bhakti, personality, just like you and me. We are not Brahmajyoti. Are we Brahmajyoti? Are we just effulgence? No. Are we Paramatma? Just 400 form localized seated in somebody's heart? No. Amader Bhaktitva ache. Right? We all have individuality, Bhaktitva, personality. We have likes, we have dislikes. Similarly, Lord is also a person. The living entity gets what he deserves and is carried by the material body, which is created in the material energy under the direction of the super soul. That is called the machine, the material body. Under the direction of what machine that person is going to accept is directed by the super soul. Please put this fellow in the machine of a dog. Why? Because he likes to eat non-veg. So, dog machine is given, the soul is put in that machine. And as per the activities of the machine, the soul is forced to do that. Although the soul is Satchit Anandmaya, but the soul is forced to act as per the guidance of the machine. That's why you remember I showed Bahula 1 mein the tiger incident. Remember? I had showed in this class Bahula 1 mein. So after getting the blessing of Krishna, still the tiger was forced to do the activities of the body. he went ahead hunting, killing other animals, etc. I repeat, let me repeat the Anuvad translation, please note. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated as on a machine made of the material energy. So, this is talking about Paramatma. Paramatma realization is what? Guya Guyatara or Guyatama?
Guhyatam.
Guyatara, better. And Guyatama क्या है? SPOG, personality of the God. Okay. Guya, Guyatara, Guyatama. Good, better, best. Good is Brahma Jyoti. Better is Paramatma. Best is form of the Lord. Okay. 62 again is going to speak on the Paramatma. 62 and 63. 61, 62, 63 talking about Guyatara. That is Paramatma of the Lord. तमेव शरणं गच्छ, बोलिए सब अनम्यूट करके,
तमेव शरणं
तमेव
गच्छ
शरणं गच्छ
सर्वभावेन भारत,
सर्वभावेन
सर्वभावेन
भारत
भारत
तत्प्रसादात् परं शान्तिं,
यत्प्रसादात् परं शान्तिं
स्थानं प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतम्,
स्थानं प्राप्य शाश्वतम्।
प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतम्।
ओ सायन ऑफ भारत, म्यूट कर दीजिए, ओ सायन ऑफ भारत माने डिसेंडेंट ऑफ भारत, surrender unto him utterly, immediately surrender unto your super soul. Him, why him, capital him? Who is him being denoted? So see the context, we're talking about Paramatma. We're talking about Paramatma. So Paramatma, surrender unto Paramatma. Arjun, by his grace, by Paramatma's grace, you will attain transcendental peace and the supreme and eternal abode. So these three things you're going to get: transcendental peace, you're also going to attain the supreme and eternal abode. Supreme and eternal abode, the topmost and eternal মানে শাশ্বত abode, যেখানে গেলে আর কেউ ফেরত চলে আসে না। Purport. Somebody please read. Yeah, Jai Madhav Prabhu. A living entity should therefore
surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart, and that will relieve him from all kinds of miseries of this material existence. By such surrender, not only will one be released from all miseries in this life, but at the end he will reach the Supreme God.
So why miseries? Why miseries? There will be no miseries because Lord is saying in the shloka that he will attain transcendental peace. So there will be peace, money. There will be no kuntha in Vaikuntha. Which word in the shloka is referred to as peace? Check the word to word meaning. Tell me.
शांतिम।
Shantim.
Very good, very nice. Param Shantim, एकदम eternal Shantim, भगवान के धाम में. Here everything is kuntha, money, everything, so many things to be, so many things. There is kuntha, kuntha, but in the supreme abode there is no kuntha, Vaikuntha. Yes, please continue.
The transcendental world is described in the Vedic literature as Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam. Since all of creation is the kingdom of God, everything material is actually spiritual. But Paramam Padam specifically refers to the eternal abode, which is called the spiritual sky or Vaikuntha.
So Param word means Param means prime, topmost. Yeah. Let's come to sloka number 63. This is also in context of Paramatma. इति ते ज्ञानम आख्यातम, बोलिए।
इति ते ज्ञानम् आख्यातम्
गुह्यतरम माया
गुह्यतरं मया
विश्रेतत् अससेन
विमृश्यतेतशेषेण
अभिधाना
विमृशेतद् अशेषेण
विमृश्यतेतशेषेण
यथेच्छासि तथा कुरु.
यथाच्छासि तथा कुरु.
Yeah, continue.
Thus I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully, and then do what you wish to do.
Okay, deliberate on this fully माने इसके बारे में सोचना, मन लगाकर सोचो इसके बारे में. मैंने आपको क्या बताया? I have explained to you the still more confidential. ठीक है अंकिता माता जी? More confidential. The second one, better. Most confidential नहीं बोला. That is going to come after this shloka. Okay, clear? परमात्मा के बारे में आलोचना हो रहा है. Purport: The Lord has already explained to Arjuna the knowledge of Brahma Bhuta. One who is in the Brahma Bhuta condition is joyful. He never laments, nor does he desire anything. Pause. What is the shloka for Brahma Bhuta? Immediately it should strike in your mind.
Brahma Bhuta prasannatma, na sochati na kangsha.
Sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakta labhate param. Yeah. So, continue.
This is also Brahman knowledge. Knowledge of Brahman, but it is superior. Here the words yathechasi tatha kuru, as you like, you may act, indicate that God does not interfere with the little independence of the living entity.
Okay. So every living entity has been given little independence. Who can explain this amongst you all? Everybody has been given little independence. Please go, raise your hand. Yes.
प्रभु लिमिट इंडिपेंडेंस मतलब यही है कि यदि आप अभी क्लास ले रहे हैं, भगवान ने मुझे इतनी स्वतंत्रता दी है कि मैं आपका क्लास करूं या ना करूं. अभी मैं स्विच ऑफ कर सकता हूं, मैं निकल सकता हूं क्लास से.
यानी आप बोलना चाह रहे हैं कर्म आपके हाथ में दिया.
हाँ, कर्म अपने हाथ में दिया है.
So that limited independence refers to karma.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? What do you mean by limited independence? Krishna has given us. He does not interfere in our limited independence. What do you mean? Okay, Shatrupa Mataji.
ওইটাই যে মানে আমরা জীবেরা তো ততস্থ শক্তি, তো আমরা আমাদেরকে ভগবান ক্ষুদ্র স্বাধীনতা দিয়েছে যে আমরা ভগবানের সেবায় যুক্ত হব নাকি ম্যাটেরিয়াল ভোগ বিলাসে যুক্ত হব.
কি ফর্মে আছে স্বাধীনতাটা? এই সীমিত স্বাধীনতাটা কি রূপে আছে? যেমন মণিধর প্রভু বললেন কর্মরূপে. কর্মটা আমরা করতে পারি নিজের ইচ্ছায়. আপনি কি সহমত?
ক্ষুদ্র স্বাধীনতাটা কর্ম মানে আমাদের ইচ্ছা শক্তির উপরে.
ভেরি গুড, ভেরি নাইস. ইচ্ছা, ডিজায়ার, কর্মটা আমাদের হাতে নাও, কিন্তু সেটা আমি উদাহরণ দেব. ইয়েস শিবানী মাতাজি, হোয়াট ইজ ইউর ভিউ?
It was similar, Prabhu. That's why I put down my hand.
Similar to what?
Similar to Shastri Mataji.
So desire, correct. So desire is in our hand. For example, I had given this example before also. আমার ইচ্ছা হচ্ছে বন্দুকটা দিয়ে মিস্টার বি কে গুলি মারা. আমার ইচ্ছা হয়েছে. তো ভগবান কি করবে? থামাম প্রপদ্যন্তে তাম তথামি জামিয়াম. ভগবান সবকিছু সরঞ্জাম করে দেবে. He will make all the arrangements. He will maybe give a banduk supplier. He will also make Mr. B near me. Then আমার ইচ্ছা হয়েছে. But that does not mean that কর্মটা হবে সেইভাবে. কর্মটা ভগবানের হাতে. আমি বন্দুকটা তুলতে পারবো আর গুলিটা চালাতে পারবো আর গুলিটা চলবে, এমন না যে উল্টো দিকে গুলিটা আসবে. সেটা হতে পারে, you know. So desire is in my hand. That is called limited independence. Remember, work is not in our hand, and what to speak of fruits of work বা results of work, সেটা তো 100% আমাদের হাতে নয়. Neither 100% work is in our hand. কারণ কর্মটা হবে কিনা সেটার কোনো গ্যারান্টি নেই. কিন্তু হয়তো গুলিটা চালিয়ে দিলেন, কিন্তু মিস্টার বি একটু বসে গেল, মাথার উপর দিয়ে বেরিয়ে গেল.
ওই জড় 15 নম্বর অধ্যায় ছিল যেটা জড় জগতের যে বৃক্ষটি সেটি দাঁড়িয়েই আছে হচ্ছে কামনা বাসনা ডিজায়ারের উপরে. এটা কি এটার সাথে লিংক হবে?
হ্যাঁ, ভেরি নাইস. ইয়েস, পুরো ডিজায়ারের উপরে এভরিথিং। So that's why Prabhupada used to say ISKCON is an institution which purifies desire. ইচ্ছার শুদ্ধিকরণ করে ইসকন না, আমরা ভগবানের নাম জপ করি এটসেট্রা এটসেট্রা, and that's how our desire is purified. We don't, I mean, just think of situations before we entered ISKCON. We had so many material desires. We wanted everything in our kitchen, whatever we see in the supermarket, all the clothes, all the saris, all the jewelry we want to buy. We want to buy. Um, we used to think that without that, my life is uh, অসমাপ্ত, it is incomplete without this thing, without this motorcycle, or without this Royal Enfield, or without this jewelry, or without this sari for women. Life is incomplete. So that's why desire is an hand. This is a very big misconception. Yola Bhakti Shastri students, these things should be clear. What is in our hand and what is not in our hand. Okay. So these were the three shlokas referring to Paramatma form of the Lord. Now let us enter the most confidential 64 number shloka. Sarva guya tamam bhuya
सर्वगुह्य तमां भूय
shrinu me paramam vachah
शृणु मे परमं वचः
ishtosi me dridam iti
इष्टोऽसि मे दृढामिति
tato vakshami te hitam.
ततो
ततो
वक्ष्यामि ते
वक्ष्यामि ते
हितम्।
हतम्।
Shalini Mataji, please continue.
Because you are my very dear friend, I am speaking to you the most confidential part of knowledge. Hear this from me, for it is for your benefit.
Most confidential. Bhuyatama. Please, Shalini Mataji, tell me the three levels of realization. Guya.
Gujjo, Gujjotara, Gujjotamo.
Guya means, বা গুজ্জ মানে
Good. Good
না,
বা ব্রহ্মজ্যোতি।
ব্রহ্মজ্যোতি রিয়েলাইজেশন ফর দ্য জ্ঞানীজ। তারপর
বেটারটা হচ্ছে পরমাত্মা রিয়েলাইজেশন। আর
গুজ্জতর,
বেস্ট গুজ্জতর, আর বেস্ট হচ্ছে পার্সোনালিটি। গড ইজ দ্য পার্সোনালিটি, সুপ্রিম পার্সোনালিটি অফ গড।
তারপর
The Lord has given Arjuna confidential knowledge of the super soul within everyone's heart, and now he is giving the most confidential part of this knowledge. Just surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At the end of the 9th chapter, he has said, just always think of me. The same instruction is
which shloka
repeated.
is that?
Manmana bhava madbhakto.
Yes, very nice. Madhyaji Mam Namaskar. Yes, continue.
The same instruction is repeated here to stress the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. This essence is not understood by a common man, but by one who is actually very dear to Krishna, a pure devotee of Krishna. This is the most important instruction in all Vedic literature. What Krishna is saying in this connection is the most essential part of knowledge, and it should be carried out not only by Arjuna but by all living entities.
So these three shlokas 64, 65 and 66 talk about the most confidential knowledge. Manmana bhava madbhakto
Manmana
मन्मना भवमद्भक्तो
madhyaji mam namaskuru.
Madhyaji
Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru.
Mamevasya satyam te
माम् एव एष्य सत्यं ते
Yate Sarvam Te.
jane priyosi me.
Pratijnane
Janani Priyosi Me.
Please continue.
Always think of me and become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend.
Purport.
The most confidential part of knowledge is that one should become a pure devotee of Krishna and always think of him and act for him. One should not become an official meditator. One should not become an official meditator. Life should be so molded that one will always have the chance to think of Krishna. One should always act in such a way that all his daily activities are in connection with Krishna. He should arrange his life in such a way that throughout the 24 hours he cannot but think of Krishna.
Hare
And the
Krishna.
Lord,
He should arrange his life in such a way. So, after coming into Krishna consciousness, every devotee in some point of time should write in pen and paper 5-year plan, 10-year plan, 15, 20 years plan, where you see yourself, how you're going to cut off all the material ties, and one day there will be a day when you're going to fully dedicate fully in the service of your Supreme. There should be planning. Hmm. Please repeat that sentence.
he should arrange his life in such a way that throughout the 24 hours he cannot but think of Krishna. And the Lord's promise is that anyone who is in such pure Krishna consciousness will certainly return to the abode of Krishna, where he will be engaged in the association of Krishna face to face.
Hare Krishna. So just like, you know, Abhimanyu, who got inside the Chakravyuha, what he knew and what he did not know. Yes,
उनको
Shivani, बोलिए.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, he knew how to enter into the वो जो व्यू बना था उसके अंदर कैसे, हाँ चक्र व्यू बना था उसके अंदर कैसे जाना है, बट उससे निकलना कैसे उसका ज्ञान उसको अभिमन्यु जी को नहीं था.
Yeah. Similarly, a jiva, before entering into a materialistic life, through the training of brahmacharya in the Gurukula, should know how to get into the Chakravyuh and also pre-plan how to come out of it. As per the scriptures, there are few clear-cut injunctions how to come out of it. Like it is written that at the age of 50, one should forcefully retire from fully material life and engage fully into Krishna consciousness. These are few injunctions of the scriptures, but the planning should be there even before the person enters the material Chakravyuh. Planning should be before that. Hmm. Yeah, please continue.
This most confidential part of knowledge is spoken to Arjuna because he is the dear friend of Krishna. Everyone who follows the path of Arjuna can become a dear friend of Krishna and obtain the same perfection as Arjuna.
Yes.
These words stress that one should concentrate his mind upon Krishna, the very form with two hands carrying a flute, the bluish boy with a beautiful face and peacock feathers in his hair.
Please
There
go.
are
So, what part of this shloka, Rajiv Prabhu, confirms that the Lord has a form? Very simple question, actually. Very simple. If you see the shloka, it's very clear.
Prabhu, I am watching it on screen. I'm just opening the shloka.
Okay. So, Mam Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. So, worship me. Offer your homage unto me. Namaskar karo mujhe. So, obviously, the person has a form. Otherwise, how are you going to worship him? How are you going to namaskar him? So, that's why this comes under Guyatama Gyan, most confidential. Yeah, please continue.
there are descriptions of Krishna found in Brahma Samhita and other literatures. One should fix his mind on this original form of Godhead Krishna. He
Shloka.
should not
He should not continue. He should not.
he should not even divert his attention to other forms of Lord. The Lord has multi-forms as Vishnu, Narayan, Ram, Varaha, etc. But a devotee should concentrate his mind on the form that was present before Arjuna.
So, which shloka in Brahma Samhita confirms this? That there are many forms, but the devotee should fix on the Krishna form. Shubhankar Prabhu, which shloka from Brahma Samhita? रामादि मूर्तिषु कला नियमेन तिष्ठा राम आदि मूर्तिषु कला नियमन्य तिष्ठा ऐसे बहुत कला कला माने अंशेर अंश के कला बोला है okay? There are so many avatars नाना अवतारम करोद्भुवनेषु किंतु लास्ट में किंतु लेकिन कृष्णा स्वयं समभवत् परमापुमायो Krishna is the chief of all these avatars. He is the avatari, and we should focus our mind on the Supreme Lord Krishna. That's why Prabhupada, that's why Prabhupada taught ISKCON devotees to worship Radha Krishna, topmost. It's like aim for the sky or something ऐसे कुछ है ना English में proverb, and you will reach somewhere in the sky. Aim for the stars, and you will reach the sky ऐसे कुछ है. So Prabhupada taught us the highest form of devotional service, worshipping the highest form, Radha Krishna. And maybe in between, maybe our mind might go and stuck with some avatar. A lot of people like Murari Gupta, who was actually a fan of Lord Ramachandra. You know? Similarly, many South Indians, they like worshipping the Narasimha form of the Lord. Many North Indians, they like worshipping the Ramachandra form of the Lord. Many East Indians like to worship the Jagannath form of the Lord. Many West Indians like to worship the Gopal form of the Lord, Nathadwara, Gopalji. So geographical location, these things matter because the pastimes have been also spread around accordingly of the Lord. Okay. So, and now we come to the Charam Shlok. This Shloka number 66 is called the Charam Shlok of the Bhagavad Gita. Ekdam climax. Why? Because now it had to be hit hard on Arjuna. Enough of explanation. Now Lord is saying, Sarva Dharman Parityajya
Sarvadharman parityaja
परित्यज्य
Saranam Braja
mamekam
तमेकं शरणं
Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo
aham
अहं
tvam
त्वं
sarvapapebhyo
सर्वपापेभ्यो
Mokshishyami Ma Suchaha.
mokshayami
मोक्षयिष्यामि
ma
मा
शुचः.
शुचः.
शुचः
One can see the desperation of the Supreme Lord from Shloka number 65. In Shloka number 65, Lord is saying, Prati Jana Priyosi me. कसम से मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये जो बोला मैं एकदम सत्य है मन मना भव मत भक्तो मत प्लीज मेरा पूजा करो मेरा नमस्कार करो प्लीज सरेंडर टू मी प्रतिजन प्रियोसी में because you are my friend and I'm telling you this ekdam promise I promise you this because can you imagine the desperation of the Lord but then he gives the final climax that sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Abandon all religion. Yes, continue the translation.
Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. The Lord has described various kinds of knowledge, processes of religion, knowledge of the Supreme Brahman, knowledge of the Super Soul, knowledge of the different types of orders and statuses of social life, knowledge of renounced order of life, knowledge of non-attachment, sense and mind control, meditation, etc. He has described in so many ways different types of religion. Now, in summarizing Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that Arjun should give up all the processes that have been explained to him. He should simply surrender to Krishna. That surrender will save him from all kinds of sinful reactions, for the Lord personally promises to protect him.
So one might question, Jai Madhav Prabhu, এটা আগেই বললো না কেন ভগবান স্টার্টিংয়েই বলে দিত then he didn't have explained all the different processes, isn't it? Yes, everybody is nodding. Yes, he should have done that. So then the next obvious question is, why didn't Lord do that? Anybody? Yes, please answer.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, so that since Arjun is representing the conditioned soul, so that conditioned souls in future, they do not have any kind of doubt that the other process could have been better or something.
Okay, very good. Very good. Yes, no doubt. Other process. ওটাও ভালো হতে পারতো. Anybody else? Why Lord gave other processes and then said that this is the best? He could have as well as given the best directly. Yes, Shatrupa Mate. To the point answer.
প্রভু প্রশ্নটা ঠিক বুঝেছি কিনা প্রভু আরেকবার একটু বাংলায় বলবেন?
ভগবান ভগবদ গীতাতে সবকিছু দেওয়ার পর জ্ঞান, ধ্যান, কর্ম, লাস্টে ভক্তি যোগ দিলেন আর বলছেন সবকিছু ত্যাগ করে এটাকেই নাও। তো প্রথমেই দিয়ে দিতে পারতেন ভক্তি যোগ। এটি হচ্ছে প্রশ্ন।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, প্রভু ভুল হতে পারে, আমি চেষ্টা করছি। আমার উত্তরটা মানে মানে যেটা মনে হচ্ছে আর কি, সেটা হচ্ছে যে যাতে ভক্তরা বুঝতে পারে ভগবানকে, কনফিউশনে না থাকে, আর যাতে মানে ভগবানের যে গুহ্য মানে গুহ্যতর জ্ঞান, ওটা যাতে মিস ইউজ না হয়, যাতে ভক্তরা বুঝতে পারে, সেই জন্য ভক্তরা আসলে ভক্তি মার্গটাই ফলো করে, যাতে কনফিউশন না হয়, সেই কারণে মনে হচ্ছে।
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ। यस মণিধর প্রভু।
प्रभु भगवान ने ऐसा इस वजह से किया कि पहले तो वो सबको पात्र बनाना चाहते हैं कि सबका अनुभव होना चाहिए, सब पहले उसको पात्र योग्यता होनी चाहिए उसको ये समझने के लिए। और दूसरा ये कि वो सब में चेक कर लेना चाहते हैं कि लोग इसमें फंस जाएंगे, उसमें फंस जाएंगे, उसमें फंस जाएंगे, फिर एकदम फिल्टर होके मेरे पास ये भक्ति योग को प्राप्त करेंगे।
Very good, very good. More or less, this is the answer. Okay, so you all can put your hands down. So the answer is very simple, Shatrupa Mataji. একটা স্কুলে সবচেয়ে হাইয়েস্ট ক্লাস কি? What is the highest class in a school?
Class 12.
Usually class 12. তো ক্লাস 12 শুধু থাকে না কেন? বাচ্চারা ডাইরেক্ট গিয়ে ক্লাস 12 পড়তে বসে যায়। দিলে ভালো হয় না? That's ideal না? They would have saved 11 years. But is it that way? No. So different strokes for different folks. For a junior, there is nursery, Montessori. For little senior, class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. Similarly, for initial low conscious people, there is Karma Yoga. For Gyanis, there is Gyan Yoga. For Dhyanis, there is Dhyan Yoga. This way, different strokes for different folks. In supermarket, if you go to pantaloons, you would find same thing, varieties. In varieties, different color, different price range also, isn't it? If you want to buy a T-shirt, you will find price ranging starting from 500 rupees to 1,000 to 2,000 to even 5,000 rupees. Why this variety? T-shirt to T-shirt ही है नहीं, but different people will buy different according to their budget, according to their color preference, size preference, etc. Similarly, Lord is accommodative. He wants everybody to be accommodated. And another miracle thing about these processes is that it leads to elevation. A person in Gyan Yoga, after a few days, he will come to Dhyan Yoga. A person in Dhyan Yoga eventually comes to Bhakti Yoga. Why? Because remember, very important part I'm telling, Karma Gyan and Dhyan, they include tinge of Bhakti Yoga. Without that tinge of Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga is not possible. Similarly, in Gyan Yoga also there is tinge of Bhakti. And without that tinge of Bhakti, Gyan Yoga is not possible. Okay? I'll give an example. You can ask what is the devotion thing in Karma Yoga? Delivering the fruits of your action to the service of the Lord is itself a devotional service. What is karma yoga? That is giving up the fruits of your karma for the for the satisfaction of the Lord. That is karma yoga. Isn't that devotion? You're giving the hard-earned money into the service of the Lord. Similarly, Gyan Yoga. You are meditating on the Brahma Jyoti, thinking the Brahma Jyoti to be the Lord. Don't you find a tinge of devotion in that? Similarly, the Dhyan Yogas, the yogis, they are meditating on the Paramatma form of the Lord, thinking that this Paramatma, which is inside the heart, is as good as Lord. So don't you see dedication and devotion in their Gyan Yoga, Dhyan Yoga? Yes, of course there is. And remember, without that tinge of devotion, their Karma Yoga would be incomplete, Gyan Yoga would be incomplete, and Dhyan Yoga would be also incomplete. So this is the Charam Shloka. Let us see the purport. Continue, please.
In the 8th chapter, it was said that only one who has become free from all sinful reactions can take to the worship of Lord Krishna. Thus, one may think that unless he is free from all sinful reactions, he cannot take to the surrendering process. To such doubts, it is here said that even if one is not free from all sinful reaction, simply by the process of surrendering to Krishna, he is automatically freed. Therefore, is no need of strenuous effort to free oneself from sinful reaction. One should unhesitatingly accept Krishna as the supreme savior of all living entities. With faith and love, one should surrender unto him. According to the devotional process, one should simply accept such religious principle that will lead ultimately to the devotional service of the Lord. One may perform a particular occupational duty according to his position in the social order, but if by executing his duty one does not come to the point of Krishna consciousness, all his activities are in vain. Anything that does not lead to the perfectional stage of Krishna consciousness should be avoided. One should be confident that in all circumstances Krishna will protect him from all difficulties. There is no need of thinking how one should keep the body and soul together. Krishna will see to that. One should always think himself helpless and should consider Krishna the only basis for his progress in life. As soon as one seriously engages himself in devotional service to the Lord in full Krishna consciousness, at once he becomes freed from all contamination of material nature. There are different processes of religion and purificatory process by cultivation of knowledge,
But
meditation.
till there, the Sharanagati ends. So, if you'll have carefully heard what she said, she read now, the six processes of Sharanagati, the six process, not actually, the six characteristics, the six particles of Sharanagati has been read just. The six limbs, actually, they say, of Sharanagati. In my Bhagavad Gita, even the shloka is given. In Hari Bhakti Bilash, what it's written. I don't know, it's not there perhaps in your book. Unukullasya Shankalpa Pratikullasya Varjanam. It's not there?
Is there, Prabhupada?
Oh, then she did not read. You did not read, Mataji?
Prabhu, I am reading from the PDF.
Okay. Rakshishya Titi Vishwasho Gotripte Varanam Tatha Atmaniksheta Karpanye Sadvidha Sharanagati. Shadvidha, six limbs of Sharanagati. So one can say that I am surrendered to God. Now, surrender to God is very easy to say, but these six aspects should be present. What? See the shloka. Number one, Anukulyasa Shankalpa. What does it mean? Whatever is favorable should be Shankalpa, mane accepted. আমরা সংকল্প করি না আমি এই করব, no, sankalpa like promise kind of thing. Okay, that is number one. Pratikulasya Varjanam. Whatever is pratikul or detrimental for the progress of spiritual, that should be discarded. Example, bad association, intoxication. These are pratikul, badha, bhakti pragatir janna. Third, rakshishya titi vishwasa. There should be firm faith that Krishna is my protector. That is the third limb. The fourth limb is Gotripte Varanam Tatha. Gotripte Varanam. Okay, I just checked this because I'm also forgetting. Gotripte Varanam means something to do with disciplic succession. Number 3. Execute only those favorable to devotional service. The way of Sharanagati are humility, dedication of the self, acceptance of the Lord as the only maintainer. That is third. Doino Atma Nivedan. Gotripte Varan. Doino Atma Nivedan is dedication of the self. Acceptance of the Lord as the only maintainer. Gotripte Varan mane, my Lord is the only maintainer. Krishna is the only maintainer. Okay. Yes, Shalini Mataji.
Prabhu, there is a bhajan, no?
Yes,
Doino Atma Nivedana.
I'll come to that. I'll come to that. Okay. So Gotripte Varan is the fourth limb of Sharanagati. What is the fifth? Atmanikshepa. That is Atmanivedan. Doino Atmanivedan. Our Karpanye. That is Doinata. Dinata. These are the 6 limbs of Sharanagati. Who has stated this? It is stated in Hare Bhakti Vilas, which has been written by Sanatana Goswami, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has also written a bhajan on this. Are we clear on this issue? The 6 limbs of Sharanagati? Okay. Sharango Sharanagati Hoibe Jahar Taharo Prarthona Shune Shri Nando Kumar. A person who has all these 6 limbs of Sharanagati, Sharango Sharanagati Hoibe Jahar, Tahar Prarthana Shune Shri Nando Kumar. So Shri Nando Kumar will hear the prayers of person who is fully surrendered, fully Sharanagata. Sharanagata মানে কি? এই 6টা অ্যাসপেক্টস থাকা যায়। Okay. Somebody wants to sing this bhajan? Yes, Prabhu.
प्रभु, इसमें हम लोग शुद्ध भक्ति का एक श्लोक था ना, अन्य अभिलाषिता शून्यम भी इसमें आ सकता है ना प्रभु? अनुकूल न कृष्णानुशीलो नाम भक्ति उत्तरमा.
Yes, very nice. But Anna Vilashita Shunnam Jnana Karmadi Anam. This is another way of seeing Sharanagati.
Another way. Okay.
जैसे और एक भी श्लोक है, सर्व उपाधि विनिर् मुक्तम तत्परत निर्मलम ऋषिकेन ऋषिकेन. This is also pure devotional service. This also speak of PDS. But it is another way of seeing PDS. Like for example, in scriptures in Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will find 3-4 different shlokas talking about the 3 types of devotees: Uttam Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, and Kanishka Adhikari. Because why 3-4 different shlokas? Because 3-4 shlokas from different angle, different aspects. Okay. Yes, somebody wants to sing this bhajan of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur? Shri Krishna Chai. Anybody? শুনেছেন কেউ? সবাই শুনেছেন তো ভজনটি? Okay, শুনিয়ে দিই তাহলে। Very famous bhajan of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
Yes, Prabhu.
Please sing.
मैं खोज ले रहा हूँ प्रभु का ना, क्या श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु ना,
হ্যাঁ, জীবে দয়া
क्या
করি।
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य जीवे दया करी। हाँ प्रभु, वो क्लास ले रहे हैं। चेष्टा करें प्रभु।
Yes, please.
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु जीवे ना, ये नहीं है प्रभु। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोर, ना ये नहीं है प्रभु। सॉरी सॉरी सॉरी,
জীবে দয়া করি।
ये क्या होगा? श्री कृष्ण ना, क्या टाइप करूं? जीवे दया करी। हाँ 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 हाँ। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु जीवे दया करी सपार्षद শ্রীয় ধাম সহ অবতরী অত্যন্ত দুর্লভ প্রেমে করিবারে দান শিখায় শরণাগতি ভক্তের প্রাণ।
Very nice. Next two paragraphs. Anybody wants to continue? We have good singers in this group. Next two paragraphs. দৈন্য আত্মনিবেদন কেউ গাইতে চান?
প্রভু আমি তো জানি, কিন্তু এটা অন্য সুরে জানি আমি।
আচ্ছা, এই সুরে করলে ভালো হয়। এই সুরটা শুনলেন তো, ধরে ফেলুন, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই। দৈন্য আত্ম। Anybody else in this tune? তাহলে কন্টিনিউশন থাকবে না। হ্যাঁ, শতরূপা মাতাজি আর রাজীব প্রভু।
প্রভু হ্যাঁ করতে পারি, কিন্তু প্রভু রাস্তায় আছি তো তাই ভাবছি।
ও আচ্ছা আচ্ছা। দৈন্য আত্মনিবেদন গোতৃপ্তে বরণ অবশ্য রখিবে কৃষ্ণ বিশ্বাস পালন। ওকে, ভক্তি অনুকূল মাত্র কার্যের শিকার ভক্তি প্রতিকূল ভাব বর্জনঙ্গিকার। So these are the 6 limbs of Sharanagati. আর যাদের এই 6 limbs হবে তারা কি হবে? Yes, Ankita Mati, continue. ষড়ঙ্গ। বলুন। You have the lyrics in front of you? Okay. Who wants to continue? জয় মাধব প্রভু, শুভঙ্কর প্রভু। কি বাড়িতে কি কোনো ভজন বই নেই নাকি? ষড়ঙ্গ। Yes, Manita. Yes, Abhishek Prabhu, please continue.
সদাঙ্গ শরণাগতি হইবে অনাহার, তাহার প্রার্থনা শুনে শ্রীনন্দ কুমার।
Very nice. Yes, then Rupa.
রূপ সনাতন পদে দন্তে ত্রাণকারী, ভক্তি বিনোদ পদে দুই পদধারী।
Very nice. Yes, Shadrupa Mataji.
তো তাও চেষ্টা করছি পরের দুটো লাইন। কাঁদিয়া কাঁদিয়া বলে আমি তো অধম, শিখায় শরণাগতি করো হে উত্তম।
Hari Bol. Wow, very nice.
কৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু জীবে দয়া করি সপার সদস্যীয় ধাম সহু অবতরী।
Excellent. Very nice. Hari Bol. खूब भालो. So these are the 6 limbs of Sharanagati. So that person has, he can say that I am Sharanagata. He has the audacity to say Sharanagata Bhakta. Yes, Monija Prabhu.
प्रभु एक विनती है, लास्ट वाला लाइन का दिया आपसे सुनना चाहूंगा प्रभु। हाँ प्रभु।
কাদিয়া কাদিয়া বলে আমি তো অধম, শিখায় শরণাগতি করো হে উত্তম। শতরূপা মাতে যেভাবে করলেন একদম পারফেক্ট, আই থিঙ্ক ভেরি নাইস। হরে কৃষ্ণ। So, are we clear on this Sharanagati, the six limbs of Sharanagati? So, Prabhupada is mentioning the six limbs of Sharanagati in the climax shloka of Bhagavad Gita. সর্বধর্মান পরিত্যাজ্য মামেকম শরণম ব্রজ। তো শরণম ব্রজ মানে কি, শরণাগতি মানে কি? সো দিজ আর দ্য সিক্স অ্যাসপেক্টস অফ শরণাগতি। আর এরপরে বলা হচ্ছে সরঙ্গ শরণাগতি হইবে যাহার, তাহারও প্রার্থনা শুনে শ্রী নন্দ কুমার। ওকে, নাও লেটস কাম টু দ্য নেক্সট। Thank you. So now let's come to Ma Suchaha. That is very important. So see, the last 7 lines of purport. Whoever was reading, please read. In other words,
devotional service to Krishna in full consciousness is the most confidential part of knowledge, and this is the essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita. Karma yogis, empiric philosophers, mystics, and devotees are all called transcendentalists, but one who is a pure devotee is the best of all. The particular words used here, ma shucha, don't fear, don't hesitate, don't worry, are very significant. One may be perplexed as to how one can give up all kinds of religious forms and simply surrender unto Krishna, but such worry is useless.
okay, Ma Sucha, don't fear. Because সর্বধর্মান পরিত্যাজ্য করব, পরে যদি ভগবানও না নিজেকে অ্যাকসেপ্ট করে, तब तो ना घर का ना घाट का हो जाएंगे। That's why Krishna is giving asvasan. Don't fear. Idam te nata pasyak pashkaya
Idam
te
nato
pashkaya
nabhaktaya kadachana
nabhaktaya
kadachana
na cha shushrusava vakyam
नाराक्षुरवाच्यं
na cha mamyo abhyasuyati
नाचमायो अभ्यसूयते।
Yes, somebody else please read. Shubhankar Prabhu. This confidential knowledge.
This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, not to one who is envious of me.
What?
About person who have not undergone.
Don't explain whatever I have explained to you to these fellows. Who fellows? Who are not austere, not devoted, or who are envious of the Lord. এইসব ব্যক্তিদেরকে don't tell them about this confidential knowledge. Continue.
Person who have not undergone the austerities of the religious process, who have never attempted devotional service in Krishna consciousness, who have not tended a pure devotee, and especially those who are conscious of Krishna only as a historical personality, or who are envious of the greatness of Krishna, should not be told this most confidential part of knowledge. It is, however, sometimes found that even demonical demonic person who are envious of Krishna, worshipping Krishna in different ways. Take to the profession of explaining Bhagavad Gita in a different way to make business. But anyone who desires actually to understand Krishna must avoid such commentary on Bhagavad Gita. Actually, the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is not understandable to those who are sin- sensuous. Even if one is not sensuous but in strictly follows the discipline enjoyed in the Vedic scripture. If he is not a devotee, he also cannot understand Krishna. And even when one possesses a devotee, he also cannot understand Krishna. And even
Okay.
when
So,
one possesses.
Supreme Lord, ठीक है. So, Supreme Lord is warning who should not be told the knowledge of. But do we actually think so much while distributing Bhagavad Gita? No, we don't. So devotees are more merciful than the Lord. We don't discriminate. We go to everybody. Still, we are careful. One who is envious, one who is negative towards devotional service. Why we don't preach them? Like there is a ninth offense in the holy name. What is the ninth offense of the holy name? अश्रद्धला व्यक्ति को प्रचार करना, भगवत नाम के गुण का प्रचार करना, महिमा का गुण का प्रचार, ऐसा है ना? So why? The question which comes on why? The problem is that yes, Manidapu, why? Why should we leave them alone?
क्योंकि प्रभु ऐसे लोगों को प्रचार करने से यदि उनकी नहीं है तो उससे अपराध बढ़ता है और वो और ज्यादा अपराध करते हैं इसके कारण।
यस, तो और ज्यादा अपराध करेगा, उल्टा सीधा बोलेगा। और क्योंकि आप उनको इट्स लाइक आप ललकारा नहीं है, लेकिन इनडायरेक्टली आप तो आपके वजह से तो हो रहा है ना ये सब, उनका मुंह से अपशब्द निकल रहा आप ही की वजह से ना। So that's why that's why we should avoid. Okay, but still devotees, they do their best. They find some way of turning that person into Krishna consciousness. Sloka number 68. Yadam paramam guhyam. Very important.
या इदं
idam paramam guhyam
madbhaktveshabhidhyadhashyati
मद्भक्तेष्वभिधास्यति
bhaktim mai param kritva
भक्तिमयि परां कृत्वा
मामेवश्यति असंशया
मामेवैष्यत्य संशयः।
Very, very, very important shloka. Yes, continue please. For one. हाँ बोलो कहाँ गए? Yes, Shivani Mataji.
For one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end, he will come back to me. Purport. Generally, it is advised that Bhagavad Gita be discussed amongst the devotees only, for those who are not devotees will understand neither Krishna nor Bhagavad Gita. Those who do not accept Krishna as he is and Bhagavad Gita as it is should not try to explain Bhagavad Gita whimsically and become offenders. Bhagavad Gita should be explained to persons who are ready to accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is subject matter for the devotees only and not for philosophical speculators. Anyone, however, who tries sincerely to present Bhagavad Gita as it is will advance in devotional activities and reach the pure devotional state of life. As a result of such pure devotion, he is sure to go back home, back to Godhead.
So Krishna is guaranteeing his dham for such devotees. At the end, he will come back to me. Nacha tasman manusheshu.
Nachvam manusheshu kaschin me priya
kanch me priyatama
भविता न च मे तस्मात्
भविता
भवितानाटमेष्टस्मात्
अन्न प्रियतरो भुवि.
अन्नप्रियरो भुवि.
This shloka proves preaching is the most important and favorite seva to Krishna. Yes. Read, please.
There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there be one more dear.
Then he means who? Go to the previous shloka. For one who explains this supreme secret. Okay? Understood? Shloka number 70. Adheshyate chaye ya imam
Adhyate chaye imam
dharmyam samvadam avayo
धर्म्यं
samvada
संवादमावयो
avayo
jnana yajnena tenaham
jnanayajnena taham
ishtasyam iti me mati.
ishtasyamiti me miti.
Yes, please continue.
And I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worship me by his intelligence.
Secret. Worship me by his intelligence, and I declare. Shraddhavan anasuyascha
Shraddhavananasuyascha
yadapi yo naraha
शृणुयादपि यो नरः
soapi mukta subhal lokan
सोऽपि मुक्तशुभालोकान्
prapnuyat punya karmanam.
प्राप्नुयात् पुण्यकर्मणां पापा. And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwell.
Okay, so two
Purport.
parts of the shloka. No, slowly. Two parts of the shloka. One is how we should take it, the knowledge, listening with faith and without envy. And what happens? Second part. Becomes free from sinful reactions. Number one. Attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwells. So pious dwells in a lot of planets. Here pious usually means devotees. Purport. Slowly, Mataji.
In the 67th verse of this chapter, the Lord explicitly forbade the Gita's being spoken to those who are envious of the Lord. In other words, Bhagavad Gita is for the devotees only. But it so happens that sometimes a devotee of the Lord will hold open class, and in that class, not all the students are expected to be devotees. Why do such persons hold open class? It is explained here that although not everyone is a devotee, still there are many men who are not envious of Krishna. They have faith in him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If such persons hear from a bona fide devotee about the Lord, the result is that they become at once free from all sinful reactions, and after that attain to the planetary system where all righteous persons are situated. Therefore, simply by hearing Bhagavad Gita, even a person who does not try to be a pure devotee attains the result of righteous activities. Thus, a pure devotee of the Lord gives everyone a chance to become free from all sinful reactions and to become a devotee of the Lord. Generally,
So that's why we
those
find devotees are more merciful. They don't discriminate that we'll only talk Bhagavad Gita in our class, in our temple among the devotees. No, they also distribute Bhagavad Gita in public. So that's why devotees are more. There was a bhajan, I don't remember, I heard somewhere, a Hindi bhajan, कि भक्त is more better than भगवान. ऐसे कुछ भक्त है भगवान something ऐसे कुछ है. Anybody remembers the lyrics? भक्त श्रेष्ठ भगवान
भगत के वश में है भगवान, भक्त बिना ये कुछ भी नहीं है, भक्त है इनके प्राण, ऐसा था।
हाँ, ऐसे कुछ, हाँ. So how devotees are more glorious than Lord? Because Lord is clearly saying, please don't distribute to these fellows. But still Prabhupada, opens up the gates. No, 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 karo, no problem. Yeah,
Generally, those who are free from sinful reactions, those who are righteous, very easily take to Krishna consciousness. The
pause,
word punya.
pause. So I remember I told you all, people who are from pious background, dharmic parivar se, you will find most of those fellows only they are there in ISKCON. Why? Because it is conducive. That's why Varnashram is usually a prerequisite for devotional service. বোঝাতে পারছি? It's a prerequisite. যেমন বিকম করার জন্য somebody should be a class 12 pass. It's a prerequisite. So somebody who is situated on a Varnashram platform, on a righteous platform, on a pious platform, Krishna consciousness is for them usually. Usually what বারবার বলছি কারণ কি there are helicopter case also. Helicopter case, remember I gave example? From ground zero, without any runway, it can take off. Why? Because of pure devotee association like Prabhupada. Am I understood? So there are hippies who had zero Sukriti, zero righteous background, but because of associating with the pure soul, they took off. Please continue. Yes, Rajiv Prabhu.
Prabhu, at one side we are saying that the early disciples they did not have any sukriti, and because of association of Prabhupada, they could get what they got. And we sometimes hear Prabhupada say that you all are sent by my Guru Maharaj to help me. So how do we understand these two things, Prabhu?
Okay, very simple. You all have been sent to help me, but you all have no Sukriti, zero Sukriti. Both possible for the same person. They had zero Sukriti, but to help Srila Prabhupada, they have been sent. It's okay. Both can happen for one person. There is no contradictory if both are used together. Isn't it? Are they contradicting anyway? No. Even one person who doesn't have any Sukriti, they can be sent by a pure soul for service of Krishna consciousness. So they were sent by Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. And Prabhupada is crying and saying these words. You have been sent for helping me in my preaching services. Possible. Okay, yeah, continue.
The word punya karmanam is very significant here. This refers to the performance of great sacrifices like the Ashwamedha Yagna mentioned in the Vedic literature. Those who are righteous in performing devotional service but who are not pure can attain the planetary system of the pole star or Dhruvaloka, where Dhruva Maharaj is presiding. He is a great devotee of the Lord and he has a special planet which is called the pole star.
Dhruvalok, one which shines bright. Usually we say the one which shines bright, that is supposed to be the Dhruvatara. Remember? So remember once I told that this Dhruvalok is a spiritual planet, but it is in the material world. And here Prabhupada is mentioning that one who is righteous, who is not righteous, but who has done devotional service, but is not pious. What is the line? Those who are righteous in performing devotional service, but who are not pure. So there are a lot of us who are in this condition. We are performing devotional service, but we are not pure. We are chanting, we are associating with devotees, we are hearing about Krishna, but at the same time, we are also committing many offenses. Like there is the seventh Nam Aparad. What is the seventh Nam Aparad? नाम के बल पर, to commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy names of the Lord. माने दुई नो का पा देवा. So this is their destiny. Pole star. Hare Krishna. Okay. Yes, बोलिए.
प्रभु एक वर्ड बार बार आ रहा है, मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ. राइचर्स मीन्स क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? राइचर्स
पुण्य, righteous.
अच्छा, पुण्य. और प्रभु कॉमन एक वर्ड और आप लोग बोल रहे हो, जैसे मैं समझ में आया, इंजंक्शन. इंजंक्शन इसका क्या अर्थ हुआ प्रभु?
Depend करते. Injunction, like these are the, like what are the injunctions of devotional service? What are the injunctions of Sharanagati? These are the 6 limbs of Sharanagati. Injunction depends on the context.
अच्छा,
Context होने से अच्छा रहता. आप कोई लाइन बताइएगा तो मैं
समझ गया.
आपको. हाँ.
समझ गया प्रभु.
Let's come to shloka number 72. So in shloka number 67 to 71, glory of studying and teaching Bhagavad Gita. What are the glories? उगलो बोला था. How it is favorite of Supreme Lord, and what Lord bestows as a gift for devotees who are practicing devotional service. From shloka number 72 and 73, the realization of Arjun. Okay, these two shlokas. कश्चिदेतत् श्रुतं पार्थ, बोलिए.
कश्चित् श्रुतं पार्थ
त्वयैकाग्रेण चेतस,
त्वयैकाग्रेण चेतसा
अज्ञान सम्मोह
अज्ञान सम्मोह
प्रणस्तास्ते धनंजय.
प्रणस्तास्ते धनंजय.
Yes, please continue. No, sound is not audible. You can not leave the hands free. Just read normally. O son of Pritha. No, sound is not audible. O son of Pritha, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this with an attentive mind? Can you imagine after so many shlokas, Krishna is asking this? And are your ignorance and illusion now dispelled? The Lord was acting as the spiritual master of Arjuna. Therefore, it was his duty to inquire from Arjuna whether he understood the whole Bhagavad Gita in its proper perspective. If not, the Lord was ready to re-explain at any point. You know what I have heard? That even after reciting Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna started fighting, but again Lord had to repeat 2-3 times Bhagavad Gita knowledge, because he again was getting bewildered seeing his opponent, relatives, etc. So 2-3 times actually Lord had to repeat Bhagavad Gita. This I've heard in some lecture. Actually, anyone who hears Bhagavad Gita from a bona fide spiritual master like Krishna or his representative will find that all his ignorance is dispelled. Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book written by a poet or a fiction writer. It is spoken by the SPOG. Any person fortunate enough to hear these teachings from Krishna or from his bona fide spiritual master representative is sure to become a liberated person and get out of the darkness of ignorance. Haribo. Okay, now see, Arjuna is answering. Please repeat. Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna
उवाच
Nashtamoha smritirlabdha.
Nashtamoha smritirlabdha
Vatprasadan mayachyuta.
प्रसादात् मयाच्युत
Me gata sandeha.
इति अस्मि गता सन्देहः
Harishe vachanam tava.
करिष्ये वचनं तव.
Yes, continue, Mataji. Sorry, sound nahi aa raha. Yes, who wants to read? Ankita Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Arjuna said, "My dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt and am prepared to act according to your instructions.
Everybody say Haribol to Arjuna. Haribol, Haribol.
Haribol.
Arjuna is ready
Haribol.
to fight. See, all this exercise, everything, so many shlokas, chapters, now he's ready to fight. Purport. Yes. अरे क्या हो रहा है आज? The constitutional position. Rajiv Prabhu, read please.
The constitutional position of a living entity represented by Arjuna is that he has to act according to the order of the Supreme Lord. He is meant for self-discipline. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that the actual position of the living entity is that of eternal servant of the Supreme Lord. Forgetting this principle, the living entity becomes conditioned by material nature. But in serving the Supreme Lord, he becomes the liberated servant of God. The living entity's constitutional position is to be a servitor. He has to serve either the illusory Maya or the Supreme Lord. If he serves the Supreme Lord, he is in his normal condition. But if he prefers to serve the illusory external energy, then certainly he will be in bondage. In illusion, the living entity is serving in this material world. He is bound by his lust and desires, yet he thinks of himself as the master of the world. This is called illusion. When a person is liberated, his illusion is over, and he voluntarily surrenders unto the Supreme to act according to his desires.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So all Nashta Moha Smriti Labdha. Is all illusions are clear now. And come to this place where Krishna consciousness is acting according to Krishna's order. The last paragraph.
Krishna consciousness is acting according to Krishna's order. A conditioned soul, illusioned by the external energy of matter, does not know that the Supreme Lord is the Master, who is full of knowledge and who is the proprietor of everything. Whatever he desires, he can bestow upon his devotees. He is the friend of everyone, and he is especially inclined to his devotee. He is the controller of this material nature and of all living entities. He is also the controller of inexhaustible time, and he is full of all opulences and all potencies. The Supreme Personality of Godhead can even give himself to the devotee. One who does not know him is under the spell of illusion. He does not become a devotee, but a servitor of Maya. Arjun, however, after hearing Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, became free from illusion, all illusion. He could understand that Krishna was not only his friend, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he understood Krishna factually. So, to study Bhagavad Gita is to understand Krishna factually. When a person is in full knowledge, he naturally surrenders to Krishna. When Arjun understood that it was Krishna's plan to reduce the unnecessary increase of population, he agreed to fight according to Krishna's desire. He again took up his weapons, his arrows and bow, to fight under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Krishna's plan to reduce the unnecessary increase. Unnecessary means the demoniac increase. People who are demon, not necessarily, not in Krishna consciousness. The Kauravas. Now the next few shlokas, we're just going to read the translation because practically Bhagavad Gita has ended. Arjuna has successfully understood. So now, Sanjay Vacha, please read the translation.
Sanjay said, thus have I heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna. And so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on end.
75 by the
By the mercy of Vyasa, I have heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna.
So Vyasdev is actually the father of Dhritarashtra. He bestowed this power to Sanjay.
O
76.
king, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjun, I take pleasure, being thrilled at every moment.
Haribol. Next.
O king, as I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, I am struck with wonder more and more, and I rejoice again and again.
Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna.
Yatra
यत्र
Yogeshwara
योगेश्वर
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara.
Yatra
Yatra
Partha
कृष्णो यत्र
Partha
पार्थो धनुर्जन
Yatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir.
Tatra
Tatra
Sri
Shri
तत्र
Vijayo
Vijaya
Bhuti
श्रीविजयो भूत्रि
Dhruvani Tir Matir Mama.
Dhruvani
Dhruvani
Tirmatirmama.
ध्रुवनीतिर्मतिर्मम.
Very, very important shloka. Yes.
Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion.
Oh my goodness. He's telling this to Kaurava's father, Dhritarashtra. Yeah. Yes. Purport?
Purport. The Bhagavad Gita began with an inquiry of Dhritarashtra's. He was hopeful of the victory of his sons, assisted by great warriors like Bhishma, Drona, and Karna. He was hopeful that the victory would be on his side. But after describing the scene on the battlefield, Sanjay told the king, "You are thinking of victory, but my opinion is that where Krishna and Arjuna are present, there will be all good fortune." He directly confirmed that Dhritarashtra could not expect victory for his side. Victory was certain for the side of Arjuna because Krishna was there. Krishna's acceptance of the post of charioteer for Arjun was an exhibition of another opulence. Krishna is full of all opulences, and renunciation is one of them. There are many instances of such renunciation, for Krishna is also the master of renunciation.
Can you give me a few other examples of this particular opulence? Krishna leaving Vrindavan and never coming back. Krishna washing the feet during Ashwamedh Yagya by Yudhishthir Maharaj. The renunciation. He's the most important person in the earth, and but he is washing feet. Krishna washing the feet of Sudama Brahman. Come on, you all also give. I give 4, 3. Krishna, Krishna going and cutting woods from the forest during his Gurukula days. Renunciation. He is Supreme Lord, but he doesn't mind doing even menial services. Krishna always acting as advisor for the Pandavas. Krishna going as a messenger to Duryodhana. Can you imagine? That must have been so much difficult, no? Ego won't hurt going to a naughty fellow like Duryodhana and requesting him, please end the war, give them some land. No? But still, Krishna did not mind. We see that only God actually doesn't want to be God. The rest, all of us want to be God. भगवान को ही भगवत्ता उतना पसंद नहीं है. हम लोग सबको we want to be God, Lord it over. Yeah. So there are so many examples of renunciation by the Supreme Lord. Yeah. Come to the last. This one, not last actually. There is one. This one. The living entities are manifested. This para. Another feature of Bhagavad Gita is that
another feature of Bhagavad Gita is that the actual truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. The absolute truth is realized in three features: impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and ultimately the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Perfect knowledge of the absolute truth means perfect knowledge of Krishna. If one understands Krishna, then all the departments of knowledge are part and parcel of that understanding. Krishna is transcendental, for he is always situated in his eternal internal potency. The living entities are manifested of his energy and are divided into two classes: eternally conditioned and eternally liberated. Such
Pause.
living
Pause. Very important. Two types of living entities: eternal Mukta Jeev, Baddha Jeev. Both are Jeev. Eternally conditioned, eternally liberated. Example of eternally liberated: the gopis, the gopas. They are eternally liberated. Clear? Examples of eternally conditioned: we all have to raise our Google hand. Okay? Continue. Such such living entities.
Such living entities are innumerable and they are considered fundamental parts of Krishna. Material energy is manifested into 24 divisions. The creation is affected by eternal time, and it is created and dissolved by external energy. This manifestation of the cosmic world repeatedly becomes visible and invisible. The
Visible,
Bhagavad Gita.
visible when Mahavishnu is breathing out. Invisible when he is inhaling. Correct? Everything is inside him. In the Bhagavad Gita,
In the Bhagavad Gita, five principal subject matters have been discussed: the Supreme Personality of Godhead, material nature, the living entities, eternal time, and all kinds of activities. All is dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. All conceptions of the Absolute Truth, impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and any other transcendental conception exist within the category of understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although superficially the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the living entity, material nature, and time appear to be different, nothing is different from the Supreme. But the Supreme is always different from everything. Lord Chaitanya's philosophy is that of inconceivable oneness and difference. This system of philosophy constitutes perfect knowledge of the absolute truth.
so Achinta Bheda Tattva. Inconceivable oneness and difference. So we are one with the Lord in quality, but we are different in quantity. We are Anu. Lord is Vibhu.
Vibhu.
Yes. Continue.
The living entity in his original position is pure spirit. He is just like an atomic particle of the Supreme Spirit. Thus, Lord Krishna may be compared to the sun and the living entities to sunshine. Because the living entities are the marginal energy of Krishna, they have a tendency to be in contact either with the material energy or with the spiritual energy. In other words, the living entity is situated between the two energies of the Lord, and because he belongs to the superior energy of the Lord, he has a particle of independence. By proper use of that independence, he comes under the direct order of Krishna. Thus, he attains his normal condition in the pleasure giving potency.
Thus ends.
Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to the 18th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In the matter of its conclusion, the perfection of renunciation.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So Bhagavad Gita finished on 11:5. 26. Hare Krishna. So congratulations, we have completed all Bhagavad Gita. So next book shall be Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. His Grace Sundar Gopal Prabhu would be conducting from 18th of this month. 17th, the date has been shifted to 24th, your examination date. Okay. Any question regarding examinations, shlokas, closed book, open book? I think things are now pretty clear regarding examination. Okay. So also our next batch for Bhakti Shastri is coming soon before the Rath Yatra. We have good amount of students for Bengali who have enrolled. In Hindi, as usual, very few people enroll. So if any other devotees wants to join, known, please encourage them to do this Shastric study, Bhakti Shastri. Good in two ways. One is few books, few basic books are thoroughly read, and second advantage is the ones who are interested in second initiation. This is a prerequisite Bhakti Shastri for all Maharaj. Nowadays, every Maharaj asks for Bhakti Shastri, very basic minimum. Also, I would suggest this course is going to get over in couple of months for all of you all, right? 3 months max. I mean, excluding the exam. Once you all are done with Bhakti Shastri, my personal suggestion is you all can prepare for your mindset from now onwards. Don't wait, immediately start Bhakti Vaibhav from wherever you want to do. Offline, online, Mayapur, Vrindavan Institute, Vidyapeeth, immediately. একবার পড়ার অভ্যাসটা চলে গেলে না, শাস্ত্র অধ্যয়নের অভ্যাসটা চলে গেলে চলেই যাবে, আর কখনো ইচ্ছে করবে না আবার ফেরত আসতে। অলওয়েজ রিমেম্বার দ্যাট পাঞ্চ লাইন অফ আনন্দ বাজার পত্রিকা, ইট উইল হেল্প ইউ। পড়তে হয়, না হলে পিছিয়ে পড়তে হয়। Always keep on upgrading your knowledge, spiritual knowledge. Upgrade it. That will establish a strong faith on the Supreme Lord. Keep on upgrading. Okay. See you all for NOI and Ishopanishad. Hare Krishna. Dhanyavad pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Sadar Pranam.
Hare Krishna.